a first home buyer who's put your property plans on hold? I'm Wendy from Bailey's Real Estate, and today I'm here with Matt from Matthew Dawn Mortgages. We're going to share 3 insights with you today to give you the confidence to help you buy that dream home. Matt, what is the minimum deposit that buyers need to be able to purchase their first home?
Yeah, a lot of the newspapers and things like that, they say you need 20% deposit.
A lot.
But you just don't.
Okay.
And deposits available. I've done plenty of 5% deposits for first home buyers in the last few months.
See, I know a lot of the people that I'm speaking with, they don't know that. They have been turned down by a bank, or they've read repeatedly that they need 20%, and they don't think that they are anywhere near ready to be able to purchase.
That 5% is not available through all lenders. It's only some lenders.
Yeah.
So it's important that you get a good mortgage broker to help you.
Right. Yeah. So let's say somebody had gone to a bank who didn't have that facility, or all of those loans that they were allocated at the 5%, they were all gone. If they went and saw their bank and they were turned down and they were told that they needed 20%, how much of that could be to do with the bank's lending?
Everything to do with the bank's criteria.
Right, so it may not apply to the person's specific situations. It's more
Correct.
about now. This is the reason that we wanted to do this today. Is I really want first home buyers to be able to realise that there's more options available.
Definitely.
So obviously there's going to be certain criteria that are involved from the bank's point of view that would be standard.
Yeah. Don't get bogged down in the detail too much.
Okay.
Like just get a consult with a good mortgage broker who's got access to all the lenders, and they will be able to tell you or help you to figure out what options are available.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people are hesitating in this market because, it's just was too scary, too much uncertainty. However, I would really, really strongly advise them to speak with you. I definitely would advise them to speak with you. Matt has helped so many of my first home buyers into their new homes. In fact, Matt, I'll remind you of dealing with a purchaser of mine years ago who'd been turned down by 5 banks, and you found a way. I'm surprised they even continued to the 5th bank.
You got a good memory.
Yeah, well, I really remember it because you made something happen they didn't believe was possible. And I think that is what people need to realise is they can be told, they can read things, they can be told certain information from either a mortgage broker or one finance institution, and that may not be the case with the reach that you've got.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've got access to 30 or 50 lenders.
Yeah.
So pretty much, the provider is sort of irrelevant in a way. It's more just figuring out how to help clients move forward.
Yeah, and so that's, again, one of the beauties of working with you. You have detailed knowledge about so many different lending institutions. So where one lending provider may be unable to lend at 5% or 10% anymore, you may well know of somebody of an institution that's currently
definitely
open. Yeah.
And I also just think it's a great time to buy. Really good time to buy, and probably the best time in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But I do deal with a lot of people who are hesitating. Because they don't have the confidence to buy. Maybe. But the reality is, there's more great properties available today than in the last few years. So there's more choice, but also prices have fallen.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. But we know, that opportunity is temporary and prices don't fall that often.
No, they don't. We're starting to see a move in the market already. We're normally the first people to be able to get the sense of it because obviously we're on the ground and we see how many people are coming through open homes. Those numbers are increasing and we really feel spring's coming. A lot more properties are going to be on. People are back out and confidence levels are returning. So the goal I've got here and the reason for what we're doing is I want to give people the confidence to be able to even start the discussion and find out exactly where they're placed, not just believe what they've been hearing, be frightened and withdraw. I'd really love them to be able to take opportunity of the great buyer conditions that are available at the moment.
And it is a long-term decision that you're making. So we know generally prices increase over time. Nobody knows what the future holds, but that's generally the case. And now you've got a time when prices are actually down. And it's a great time. And there's more options. And what about interest rates?
What about them?
So interest rates are a big one, right? Like, so people think, interest rates are rising, it's a bad time. But a lot of people don't realise that, interest rates fixed rates have actually dropped more recently in the last sort of 4 to 5 weeks.
Yes.
But I think you were asking about
I've had a lot of people linking the increase in the OCR and believing when they saw that OCR increased by 0.5 a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks ago, that automatically meant that we're in for a tougher time with interest rates.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, firstly, the newspapers, they report on the official cash rate from the Reserve Bank,
yes.
which is relates to floating interest rates only, and it's what banks use to fund floating interest rates generally. But what the papers generally don't report on is fixed rates, which generally banks borrow long term from overseas, from investors, pension funds, if you've got a term deposit, things like that, and they've actually come down, so they're completely different. They are related, but they are very different. So actually, when the OCR went up 2 or 3 weeks ago, the fixed rates dropped.
Right.
So it's completely different. So interest rates are cyclical. They do go up and down over time.
Yes, like everything, it's always a moving target. So this is it. We're just trying to, get a clear picture of the current conditions that are in the marketplace at the moment. And I'm just wanting to encourage first home buyers who may have been scared. It's not as scary as they think. And I know every time I speak with you, I think, oh my gosh, I wish everybody could hear this because it would give them a lot more confidence than they currently have.
Definitely.
Yeah. What else are we going to talk about?
Oh, what are other reasons why you think first home buyers don't have the confidence, or aren't taking action, or because we've established that there's low deposit options.
Yeah.
Interest rates are cyclical. They're going to go up or down. House prices generally increase over time. Nobody knows the future, but that's generally. But they are down, so there's more choice.
Yeah.
It's a great time. So
it really is.
So it's a long-term decision for the future to raise a family, to buy a home.
Yeah.
So
I think most first home buyers are looking for at least 5 years to stay in that home.
Is it because of the media? Is it because of family? Is it because of
both? It's everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert, and with the
we're trying to be experts.
With the scare, well, we are experts in our own fields, Matt. What I mean is people who aren't experts, like the father-in-law or the whatever. Everyone has really strong opinions, and when you've got a whole lot of frightening information that was coming out since the end of last year, when the CCFA rules changed, and that really inhibited first home buyers' ability. I think it just a whole group of people just left the market and said we're just going to wait and see.
Well, Triple CFA is a bloody really long conversation, but all I'll say is that the rules have been loosened. There's another round coming. National has said they'll scrap them for main banks. Also, you've got loan to value ratios, which nobody's talking about at the moment, but it's still in place. There's chat that they could be loosened moving forward. So potentially we're getting to the sort of bottom of this discussion around falling prices and lower confidence. And,
I think that this moment here is the space just before we start to see, we know the confidence is returning to the market, and we know spring is here, more people are going to be out and about. We're expecting sales volumes to increase substantially. At the same time, we're not expecting the prices are going to rocket back up. There's still going to be people here that have had their properties on the market for a while. There's still bargains to be had, and between you and I, I'd like really to be able to give people the confidence that it's and that begins with a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just makes me think, as you were talking, it's kind of like a lot of people think they can't do it.
Yes.
It's too hard. Where do I start? It's confusing, right? And absolutely it is confusing.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, don't think about the end. Think about what's next.
Yeah.
So maybe it's figuring out if you can, where you're at right now.
So that's where the conversation with you comes in.
And there's a lot of people who want to achieve that but aren't ready right now. That's fine. Like, let's have a conversation to sort of see how we can maneuver
the timeline
into
and
that position.
exactly.
And you could, and there are a lot of people in that camp who are excited to buy in the next 3-6 months. So maybe they're not ready right now, but they're very close to achieving that.
But knowledge is power.
Yes.
And at the moment, it's felt like for the last 6 months, just the headlines and the things that have been happening in the world just basically put anybody who's slightly risk adverse and not like waking up singing "Oh, what a beautiful morning," it's pushed them to the sidelines.
I've got a comment on that too, if you want me to. Chatting away. Yeah, so I mean, 1950, there was, obviously you had World War II before that, but then you had the Korean War, right? And then you've got the 1960s, you've got higher inflation, you've got the oil price shocks of 1970, you've got much higher inflation in the 1980s and 20% interest rates. You've got the 1987 New Zealand stock market crash, you've got the 1990 recession, 1997 Asian crisis.
So it's hearing news all the time.
Bubble, 2007 GFC, 2020 COVID issue, and Ukraine war in 2022. Prices have increased in house prices. And there'll be some people who research on this. It's over 7% through that entire period, right? So we know generally, looking back, prices generally increase in time, over time. But we've got this gap where prices are actually slightly down. So. You know, it's
it's a good time. It's a good time, and we really just want to give people the confidence to be able to get in touch. But I would like people to get in touch with Matt.
I'll stop my rant now.
Yeah, rant away. No, it's professional. And the other thing is, the reason that I work with Matt so closely is to find somebody who not only is professional and really knows the industry brilliantly and is able to help people get lower interest rates, lock them into the most advantageous rates and plans for their future. Matt actually cares about people in the same way that I do. We really just want to help people be able to buy that first home that they've been dreaming of, and it does take some help and it takes some assistance. So all we're doing here is trying to give people some extra information that will help them be able to feel confident. So we've got some links that you can use to click in. There's a link there to book a conversation. You don't be scared. As you can see from that, he's really easy to talk to.
It's free to have that.
It's free. It costs nothing. It costs nothing. And I've never spoken to anyone who's had a meeting with Matt who didn't come away saying, "Oh wow, I didn't." You know, even if they think that they've got everything organised. They always come away with more information and are always glad they spent the time speaking with you. So we just want you to be able to get in touch with Matt for a free consultation. There's a link to reach out to me if you'd like some help with finding that perfect first home. We've got so many great properties throughout Auckland. I'd love to help you be able to find that perfect home. Matt will be able to help you find that right lending institution to be able to get you sorted. So look, we look forward to helping you in the future and hearing from you soon.